I started playing music when I was at my last year at school. So I kind of went through all of school without really being, I wouldn't say I wasn't into music, but I wasn't a musician. I never studied it at school. So as I was about to go to university, I decided that I was going to actually go into music, and I chose not to go to university. And I started sort of, yeah, trying to learn the guitar and getting better at the guitar was my instrument of choice. And I played a bit of live music and I started like busking really, was my main way of making money musically. And I think when I met Fran, I was at a point where I got slightly disenfranchised with busking.
So Jaques initially was a founder member. Um, he was my right hand man, really.
Yeah, we just chatted through kind of what we could do to try and make music happen in Lyme Regis, really. And I am so glad that I had that conversation with her because, yeah, the like where it's taken me is something that I never would have been able to have done without B Sharp's help. Yeah, really gave me all of the tools and helped me meet lots of people that made me the musician that I am today. I think when I met like Ralph Cree, Glyn Bush, and John K. Miles, who were like the three main music leaders when B Sharp first started. I mean, I thought they were all like absolutely brilliant, like fantastic musicians, and they were all really radically different in terms of their style of leading. The best thing about them is that they were just themselves. Like you would meet them in a session and then you'd meet them outside the session and they would really just genuine, and you could see how much they loved music and how much they wanted to share that with other people. And yeah, I just thought that was, yeah, like absolutely fascinating. They really inspired me. I would say they had a really huge bearing in terms of the music that they played and that they listened to musically, and yeah, who they were as people and how they engaged with young people and shared that passion. And I think that like always stayed with me. Incredible, really. Those experiences are something I would never have got without working with B Sharp. A moment where you kind of changed from being a participant to a music leader, just I don't know, it just kind of happened and suddenly you're just like, oh, here we go, I'm like leading this session and I'm not looking to somebody else, I'm not backing anybody up. And but I was quite comfortable. I think I'd been in that space or that situation so many times that when it was up for me to like run that, I yeah, wasn't particularly like phased by it really. I guess my style is I try not to take myself too seriously. I try to be quite sort of like funny with it. I try to make quite a lot of mistakes myself within that musical within that space so that I can allow other people to realize that it's fine to make mistakes, and hopefully that will kind of encourage them to kind of come out of their shell. So I try to make the session quite sort of funny, relaxed, and yeah, I try to bring people in really by showing them that it doesn't really matter how good you are, you can have a great time and you can learn a lot just by being present really.
How would you describe him?
Uh, kind.
Funny. Very funny.
Wacky, energetic, and genuine.
The way he interacts with people, the way he interacts with the kids as well, is like there's such a mutual respect. He's so good at like kind of going to people's level and sort of just collaborating with them and making them feel really, really comfortable. You know, he's not like trying to push everybody into like making something that maybe they don't want to make. You know, like what I really respect about him is it feels like he's there for the process, and he's really into that.
Once I get past that, then yeah, I will try to push people to get to try and add like another layer of quality to it. But I'll always try to get as many people on board to start with as possible, really. But I suppose that would be my style in a nutshell. But it changes depending on whatever situation you might be in. It's one of those things that you can't teach somebody how to be like that. You just have to have experienced enough situations to kind of to be relaxed about the fact that there's some kind of massive level of organized chaos, I suppose, and you have to find a way to bring all of these pieces and facilitate that. That's great. And I think when you come out of a session where you manage to just get something to like work really well out of something that was really chaotic, and is a fantastic feeling to come away from that, and it feels great. I mean, just a little bit of faith in the process goes a really long way. And some young people at school who don't fit in, or they don't fit in with that school kind of structure, and actually a really different approach can help them thrive. And I think B-Sharp's really good for that, for being able to work with children that really struggle in some settings and with other people, and to give them just to give them the tools to be themselves, to enjoy something, and to create something really, really great. And you can see them buzzing at the end of it as well.
The quality of music that he always seems to bring out of children and young people. He makes the young people feel capable of achieving their absolute best, and create some really interesting musical pieces that you wouldn't expect.
There's a big part in making me feel happy and comfortable here, and this is my favourite place to be. So and I want to be a musician, and he's a big part of that, because he made it so easy to be here and be around music.
How great it's been to see sort of people like Harvey and Ellie, who were participants when I first started, and now they're effectively like running the show. But it's really nice to have been to have seen them kind of like grow up and to go through that process. And they're fantastic musicians, but it's great seeing them sort of grow up through all of that and to know what sort of B-Sharp's all about.
What I liked about him when I worked with him was that he would always say to people, give it a go and have a try, and he'd respect you more for that than just not trying at all. I loved that attitude he had, because also he mentored me for quite a while, and that same thing, he made me feel like I could actually just get up and have a go. If it went wrong, he was always like, doesn't matter, which is so nice to have, and it helps you build your confidence.
I was watching them just as participants and watch them play music, and then to see them sort of have the confidence to get up and to make music and to help other people make music as well, to show them things that they've learned has been really great to watch.
Jack, thank you for bringing music to my life and inspiring me to become a mini you. Basically, that's basically what I'm doing.